News from Ukraine today. The successful offensive of the Ukrainian military in different directions and the brutal terrorist attack of the Russian Federation on Ukraine, all these in today's news story. The Ukrainian military is advancing on the outskirts of Bakhmut. Bakhmut will be liberated soon. Ukrainian troops are conducting offensive operations south of the city of Bakhmut. At the same time, units of the defense forces continue to hold back the Russian offensive at the Kupyansk and Lymansk directions. Heavy fighting continues. The enemy is putting up strong resistance, using resources and suffering significant losses, said Andriy Kovalev, spokesman for the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. As a reminder, the Russian enemy has been trying to stop the Ukrainian Armed Forces offensive in the Bakhmut sector for a week, but Ukrainian defenders have been gradually advancing. The liberated area in the Bakhmut sector totals 37 square kilometers. In the past few days, the Ukrainian Armed Forces have also liberated the town of Staromayorsky and recaptured Novohyorivka. For many weeks now, Ukrainian troops have been advancing in the Melitopol sector southward from Orikhiv. Here, Ukrainian troops have come close to the village of Robotonia. The Ukrainian military has had successes in the area over the past week, but the enemy is trying its best to hold on to Robotino. We have already seen a similar situation with Staromayorsky, but that story ended in Ukrainian success. The Russian offensive failed, while the Ukrainian offensive continues. The enemy has decided to divert attention to another sector of the front. This section of the front between Svatove in the Luhansk region and Borovo in the Kharkiv region. The Russians started their offensive here more than a week ago, but it was last week that they had their first serious successes. But it's turned out they were only temporary. The enemy tried to expand their success and occupy the village of Novohyorivka. In addition, the villages of Nadia and Seyhivka were lost due to the threat of encirclement. Yesterday morning, Russian troops attacked the city of Kryvyi Rih, hitting civilian infrastructure and a multi-story building. Yesterday morning, residents of Kryvyi Rih, Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, heard powerful explosion, after which an air alert was declared in the region. The Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine warned of the threat of enemy ballistic missiles. Later, Interior Minister Igor Klimenko said that the Russians had fired 2 missiles at the city. One missile hit a 4-story building of an educational institution, an economic college. The other destroyed a section from the 4th to the 9th floor of the residential buildings in the first entrance. A fire broke out there. After that, emergency workers began to extinguish the fire and dismantle the rubble. According to Yuri Gnat, spokesman for the Ukrainian Air Force, preliminary information suggests that Russia attacked Kryvyi Rih today using ballistic missiles. Most likely it was ballistic missiles, according to preliminary data. You know how dangerous ballistic weapons are, how fast they can arrive, and how destructive they are. We need to wait until the remains of the missiles are found on the site, and then we can finally say what it was, Ignat said during the telethon. There are dozens of injured. There are casualties. It is worth adding that, according to rescuers, there are many injured people who were near the college, where of the arrivals was. In the morning, the college was actually empty, but there is a cafe on the ground floor, where civilians have already come in. There is a national police unit nearby, which was also damaged by this strike. That is why we are actually talking about civilian infrastructures and civilians, said Igor Klimenko. A total of 230 people and 57 pieces of equipment are involved in search and rescue operations. Almost 150 residents have managed to get out of the damaged building on their own. The search and rescue operation at the site of the terrorist attack carried out by the Russian Federation has been completed. According to the State Emergency Service of Ukraine, the number of people killed is 6, including a child. Commenting on the attack of Kryvyi Rih, President Volodymyr Zelensky wrote on social media that this terror will not frighten us or break us. The head of state also showed a video of consequences of the Russian strike on Kryvyi Rih. In total, more than 1,000 apartments and houses were damaged by the blast wave and direct hits during the missile strike by the Russian army.